Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Tales from the Fandom. Today, I am joined from a guest that I had stumbled across on Twitter, and I'm so excited to get to talk to her today. I am joined with Jasmine. You might know her as Shockolate Energy Cosplay, and I am so excited to have you here, Jasmine. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I hope your day's going awesome so far.
My day is good. I know that we are recording. Your episode comes out in July, but we are recording one day before your birthday.
Yeah, we are.
So I just want to say on the episode, happy birthday to you, Jasmine. I hope you have a great birthday during all this wackadoodleness that's going
I
on.
know in the middle of the pepperoni.
Let's see here. I've had people say the panini, the panorama.
The
I mean,
panorama.
we're going through like all the p words that have like lots of vowels in it.
Right. True.
But it is something. I'm so happy that we're here today. I know that I just stumbled across, I don't know where, I think somebody had shared your Twitter account or something, and I'd stumbled across, I was like, oh, not only are you on Twitter, but you stream and you cosplay. I'm like, well, that's a multi-talented person that I'd love to have on here.
Oh, now I'm blushing. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, I do do Twitter. I have a cosplay page. I do Instagram, and I also do TikTok, and I do Twitter, and I do Instagram, and I just kind of like do a little bit of everything at this point.
That is wonderful, and I've scrolled through a lot of your like Instagram and whatnot, and I love the work that you do and the craft that you put out there. And so we're going to be talking about cosplay like towards the end of the episode, but I know that one of the big things you're into now is anime.
Yeah, I'm like a lot heavy. I'm whole heavy in anime. I know as of late I haven't been able to catch up on stuff, but I know as of recently the stuff I was watching was, let me see. I finished oh Jesus, what is it called? Oh, it's called Cells at Work Cold Black. So I watch that and also watch Cells at Work. Cold Black is like the opposite side of Cells at Work. Have you heard of it before?
I have not.
It is so cool. You would like it. So pretty much it's an anime about the cells that's in your body.
Okay.
How they all work together to help. And they go into these different scenarios every episode. So one is a cold, one would be like feeling sick with the flu, one is heat strokes and stuff like that. So the Cells at Work season 1 and season 2 is kind of like on the lighthearted side, but Cold Black is like an older person and it gets wild. Like the cells are like pretty much running nonstop. So it's like a really vast difference in between the two. But I do really suggest that people watch both of them. And it's really cute. And like the Cells at Work is really cute, but Cold Black kind of just shows like, oh crap, this is what happened when you don't like take care of your body. It's wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds like a show I would love to watch because I love things that are out of the ordinary like that. Like just,
Yeah.
get away from some of the high school or the dramatic anime that's out there and into something just, cells
Right. And
working.
it's also really educational too, to be honest with you. Like I've been noticing there's been a lot of like educational or like situations where you end up kind of learning more from the anime. It's just like also like that fitness anime too. It's kind of like the same situation. So it's like Cells and Work is for your body. And then like I forgot what's the anime called for that one. But those two are just like really good.
Now, when did you first get into anime?
Oh, when I first got into anime, I know this about to sound really silly, but I think it was like somewhere between, I want to say it was like somewhere between 6 and 8 years old. My dad was into Saint Seiya, or over here it's called Knights of the Zodiac. So
Okay.
he was into that. And I remember watching that when I was a kid. And then later on, I watched Sailor Moon. So Sailor Moon was kind of like my first anime, but if I'm being technical, it was actually Saint Seiya because I used to watch it with my dad.
That's awesome that you watched it with your dad, and that was like
Yeah,
the entry point to anime.
yeah,
It's one of the things that I love. like getting to listen to as a dad, just hearing people talk about their relationships with their parents, getting them into like their different fandoms that they're into, and then I know with my kids, getting to sit with them and introduce them to certain shows or certain anime or certain video games that meant a lot to me, and then them getting into it. And it's like that's really wonderful.
Right. So I've also watched, but pretty much like the first those were the first couple animes I started watching. Like I remember getting up at 7 a.m. Oh, excuse me, when I was little, and like getting up at 7 a.m. getting ready for school. But I used to get up at 7 to watch Sailor Moon. And I didn't know it was Sailor Moon at the time. I thought it was just a a cartoon, but it wasn't really a cartoon.
Right.
Also, like Card Captor Sakura was on too when I got home, and Digimon. And on Saturdays it was, 4 Kids Entertainment with the whole them dubbing and stuff, and then realizing this isn't the right dubbing. It's like so mind shocker now. Like when you realize that Yu-Gi-Oh was edited so hard, and you like, oh my god. So that was crazy too.
Yep, that especially with Sailor Moon and how they edited certain characters and certain seasons, and then for people to discover later on, like, what do you mean there's more? What do you mean these characters weren't cousins?
Oh my god, that is like the running joke of all of it. But yeah, like I remember watching Sailor Moon like uncut, and I remember like in college I actually watched all of it. I want to say when I was in downtime, I would watch 2 or 3 episodes a day to actually get like the whole story. And when I finally watched all, I was like, "Oh my god, this is like crazy," but it was awesome. I was like, "Yes."
What are some animes now? I mean, you talked about Cells at Work, but what are some animes now that are like the more influential ones for you?
Okay, I know this about to sound. I like animes that are like a little bit different. So one of them that really caught my eye, and my friend Shantez actually told me about it. It's called Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. And at first I was like, okay, this is just like a regular high school anime, but no, this is actually pretty cool. And what it's pretty much about, it's about this guy named Iruma-kun, and what happens is he gets his parents sells him off to this demon because Irma-kun is so nice and he's impressionable. So they just sell him off because they are horrible parents. And Irma thinks he's gonna get eaten by this demon, but the demon, which is the overlord, ends up saying, "Oh yeah, I just want you to be my grandson." Okay. So he beats his grandson, and Irma-kun is a human, and he's in demon school, and demons eat humans, but they don't know that. So he also has a ring, and it's just like it's actually a really nice story. And like I think the first couple episodes, you'll be like, oh, this isn't like the same episode. Like, cause you know how sometimes some of the scenes are like the same episode every time, but this
Right.
was like a different situation every time. And that's why I really liked about it. Also, too, I know everybody been watching, My Hero Academia. I really like My Hero Academia. I haven't watched the new season yet. I've been trying to just wait it out for a second because
Hmm.
I don't want to just get into it and then I have to wait, and I'm gonna get irritated if I have to wait. I'm gonna get really irritated. So I was trying not to do that. So yeah.
What are some things that you look for in an anime that really just give you like that hook you? Like is it more like the story, the characters, how they animate it? Like what are the keys to be a good anime for you?
I feel like it has to have plot. Like I know again, because we were always talking about how certain animes do certain things, but as long as it has a plot, it's good. Like I think that's why like I'm hooked to like all the old school ones. And even though some of the old school ones kind of do the same exact thing every episode, for example, Sailor Moon always ends
Hmm.
up defeating the monster, and that's okay because it still has plot. But I know like in other situations, like obviously My Hero Academia has plot because of that. Also, the Persona 5 animation has the same thing, how it ends up going through a story. Demon Slayer is the same way too. Like it goes through a story, and I feel like as long as it has a plot, and it's really made good, then I will watch it. Like I almost give almost any anime a chance. So I literally like would be like, okay, I'm just gonna watch something for like 2 or 3 episodes. If I can't get into it, then I'm not gonna watch it. But if I do watch it, then I am. Like that's actually how I end up getting into Kakaguri. Cause I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it for 1 episode. Let's see what my friends are talking about. I was like, oh my god, I like this anime. Why?
Yeah, that's the rule that one of my friends, when he introduced me to anime, he said, I have a 3 episode rule. You get 3 episodes. If you're not into it, we'll switch out. And
Right. That's literally, and I feel like that's an actually good rule. Like that's actually a really good rule, actually, when you're thinking about it, because you're giving the anime like a couple, you're giving it like a chance, and then you're doing it like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna, switch out for something else.
is there an anime that you go back to time and time again? Like you'll just rewatch it like whenever you need to, like you'll just keep going back to it.
Ooh, that's Saint Seiya. That's Saint Seiya. I know that sound. I know this is a very old school anime, and everybody's like, some just like we will always talk about. I will get into arguments with my friends, and I know, and these are not like evil arguments. These are like we're doing a death battle argument. Like, and it's always when I always talk about Saint Seiya, and they all like one of them will always say well, can they beat this person, can they beat that person, and one of my friends asked me, well, can any of the saints beat Goku, and I'm like, yes, actually they can, and it spawned off a literal 2-hour conversation on how this can happen, and I had to explain to them why, and then they understood. Surprisingly, they understood. I was actually not expecting that, but it's always Saint Seiya for me. Like that's something I can always watch and always like just go back to if I'm just like looking at stuff like really good. Another one that I'm trying to remember the anime. It's like really old. Oh, it's Sorcerer Hunters. I don't know if you ever heard this one. This is an old school anime, but Sorcerer Hunters is so silly, but it's really good. Oh, and also the Get Backers too. That one's like really, really good too.
Okay, there's definitely some ones that I have not heard of, but I know that I'm in and out of anime all the time. Like I'll
Yeah.
be in it for a little bit and then I'm out. Like I blame I lay the blame on Naruto just because I stuck with it for so long through all the filler episodes, and then I got burned out. I was like, I can't watch anymore.
Well, also too another, and I also like slice of life animes too. And I know at first people are saying, "No, I don't like slice of life animes like that." Well, guess what? I'm sorry, I got one just for you because someone always says, "No, I don't like slice of life anime. I don't understand it." Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. There's this one called I hope I'm saying this right. Watakoi, and what it actually is, and it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Life Love is Hard for Otaku. And pretty much it makes me feel like this anime is for people that are in the business world. Like I'm in the business world. I work at the credit union, and I feel like this resonated with me because I am a big weeb at my job, and they don't care. They really don't care. They're actually okay with that. And what pretty much happens is, and I hope you see it like, because it's only 12 episodes, and they actually have a manga and they have a live action series, but I think you'll really like it. So pretty much it's this girl, and she moves from this town to this other town. She works at a I want to say she works at this corporate office, and she recognized somebody from her childhood, and they're both undercover otakus. And they work at the same place, and their bosses are otakus too. They're all undercover, and it's so cute. And the thing that actually got me hooked to this, I play Monster Hunter, and the characters are playing Monster Hunter, and I was like, I can't believe this. This is cool. I have to keep watching it now. So that literally what got me like hooked to it, and it's really well like made. They even go to Comic Cat one episode too. And I'm like,
Okay.
this is like really cute. It's really cute. And it's like, it really like shows like what the working person like go through, like, and if they like anime, because sometimes people, when people are called otakus, that's pretty much like a degrading thing.
Hmm.
But I feel like in this situation, like they actually like ended up in a relationship too. So I just felt like that was like really cute. I'm just saying.
I'll have to put that on my list because I always love like discovering new anime that I've not heard of, especially when it's suggested by people, and to just give it a try and see if it's something that I enjoy or I don't. But I love that it's 12 episodes. Like,
Yeah, like this one is literally like 12 episodes, and it has a live action. It has an OVA episode too, if I'm not mistaken, and it has a manga. So it apparently it was putting up a lot of good numbers too. So I think it's something like somebody can like watch, and you can really like binge watch this in like a whole day. It's really good. So
well, I'm gonna put it on my list after we get done, so that way I
okay,
can check it out.
yeah, sure.
Um, to see to see how well it is, and I can come back and say, you did me right
You did me
by
right.
recommending it.
You did me right. Yeah.
Now, on top of anime, the other thing that you're really big into is video games.
I am into big I am. Oh Jesus Christ. It's bad. It's kind of bad at this point.
Where did you first start out? Like, what was your first console for video games?
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, the first console I ever had, even though I only played it like a couple times until my sister broke it. We actually had a Sega Genesis.
Okay,
And I want to say we were playing the first game I actually ever played was Sonic. I want to say it was Sonic 2.
okay.
So that was really fun, but I was like little, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I found out we broke it, and I'm like, okay. So since then, I didn't really have. I had a lot of the. I always call them the forbidden things, the forbidden tiger games.
Okay.
Those bad games. Oh my god! And then, but I feel like the first game I actually played, and I was really actually semi good at it, and it was actually also my first fighting game. It was Capcom versus SNK2,
Okay.
and I think that's what made me want to try fighting games because I actually do play a lot of fighting games in my heyday. I'm actually kind of good at them a little bit. um, so Capcom versus SNK2 was a game that was on the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and also the GameCube at the time. They had different versions of them, and I had the PS2 version, and I was trying to figure out how to beat the highest score and everything else. And then I remember when I was older, it actually ended up coming on the PS3 home store, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to get it because I literally do play. I actually play this game kind of religiously a little bit, but I also play like a lot of other fighting games. Like, in the past, I've played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I played the Persona fighting games. I play Guilty Gear. I play a lot. I play a lot of underground games too. Like I do play Darkstalkers. I mean, I kind of play. I don't play all fighting games, but I
Hmm.
just play a lot of like not indie ones, but like I play even the Persona fighting games because those are really fun to me.
What's the draw for the fighting games?
What do you mean, like the draw?
Like what draws you to those
Oh,
specifically?
I don't know. It's just like I'm not really competitive. Well, I am. I gotta lie. I am competitive. Like, when I was playing with my boyfriend at the time, I always used to get my butt kicked because I always was like, I suck at this. I suck at this. I'm like, I have to beat him. So I started practicing. And when I started practicing, he started getting his butt kicked like real bad. And I'm also really good at Naruto, the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. It's so bad. I almost won the tournament. I was upset. I had to leave, and I was like top 6, and I had to leave.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
so upset. I mean, I'm sorry, top 8. We had to leave, and I was like, "Why we gotta leave? Like, like, just give me like 1 hour. I'm gonna be done." I was upset. Oh, but I think what just draws into me is because in fighting games and certain areas of fighting games, you're not expecting like someone like me to fight in fighting games, which is kind of weird because everybody plays games. But I mean, I just play them because for fun. But I also too, just because I know I'm good at it, and I always like a challenge. So I always try to like just play friendly. And but I do also get to the point where someone is being like a meanie to other people, especially when they're younger than me. I hate when people just bully people in fighting games and they do it on purpose. And if I'm going up against that person, I will demolish them. That's off site. I don't care. I automatically demolish them.
Now, just out of curiosity, because I'm stuck on the fighting games thing, is there everyone kind of like tends towards like a certain style of character, like the slow but fast slow but like the heavy hitting characters, or like the fast characters that like go in and out of things. Like wh- do you find yourself drawn to certain like character styles, or is it more that you just try to get like well rounded with all the characters?
Well, I know for example, I know like I try to pick characters that have projectiles. And I've noticed I do this a lot. Like, for example, I use for Marvel versus Capcom 3, I use Morgan, Doctor Doom, and Chun Li. Obviously all these people have projectiles, but I don't always use all the projectiles, but I do incorporate them. And also like when I'm playing Persona 4 Ultimax and OT, I'm always playing Yukiko. Yukiko has a projectile. Yukiko can also heal, and Yukiko can also like power up. So I think it's like a middle ground character. It's one that it can still be on defense, but it also can still heavy hit on offense.
Okay. I always like, because it's always something where I enjoy finding out, because it's almost like, well, do you play like the slow, heavy, like ones that like really just if you get hit, like it takes a big chunk of the health bar out, or are
Yeah.
you playing like one of those ones where you like in and out being real annoying and everything, or like teleporting and stuff? I love finding out.
I will say my characters when I do it strategically, but it's also with me milling. And what I mean by milling, it's like me like putting out the damage, enough damage so that way it can be like a bread and butter, like a continuous combo. So then that way it's either like oh, this person can't necessarily not do anything, but once the combo is set, it's kind of like oh, you can either block or you gotta figure it out yourself at that point.
Okay. Are you into any other video games, or is it just primarily like the fighting games?
Oh no, it's way more. It's horrible. Um, I'm horribly into the. I now have to say I'm gonna say Shimigami Tensei Persona because
Okay.
that's actually the whole thing, not just Persona. So I'm in the Persona series. So that is all of them. Like since I've gotten, I want to say since I got in my Vita. So since I got my Vita, I've gotten every special edition of the Persona series since the Vita. So I got in the oh everything that came out in the US special edition for Persona, I've gotten since then. So I got the solid gold edition for PS Vita. I've gotten the special edition of Persona 5. I even got the 3DS Persona actual 3DS. I've got pretty much got every special edition you can probably think of from that point. So every single thing that came out that was Persona related, that was a special edition. I have received it. I love Persona. It's a JRPG, and you are pretty much a high school kid. Like 3 is about you're being a high school kid and you're walking around during the dark hour. You find out you don't turn into these ghosts. I'm not gonna call them what they actually are, but pretty because that would be kind of giving away. But kind of gets a little dark. But you end up finding out you have potential, and you end up fighting the monsters. And then 4 is about solving murders. Hanging out with your friends and solving murders. I'm being dead serious. That's literally what it's about. And 5 is about you catching people being butts to younger people. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away, but it is something that you can literally put more than 200 hours in. I know in Persona 3 I have put in on both sides. I put in because I had started off with Persona 3 Portable. I want to say on the guy side I probably played 120 hours, and on the female side it was like 150. So I really have been playing these games like pretty good. But I love Japanese RPGs anyways. Another game I've been playing that I finally got to play is Mass Effect. I've been waiting for this forever and a day. And you don't know how happy I am taking my time with this game. Because I know I'm gonna be playing it more than 6 times. I already know how I am. I know I am on Mass Effect. So also I really love indie games. I do play Among Us. I do play simulation games. So like there's a game on my Switch and pretty much you have an end that you have to upkeep. And I made this end so big. I literally got to the end of this game. It's that bad. And I'm like, I have maxed out everything. And I'm still playing it because it never ends. So I'm like, okay, I'll still play it. I don't care. So I play those type of games. I do one of my favorite games to play is actually rhythm games. I love rhythm games. It's ridiculous. I
what
love
what kind of
playing.
what kinds of rhythm games do you like?
Okay, well, I obviously like the Miku games, so that's a given. So the Miku games are like really fun. Persona actually came out with a rhythm game, a dancing rhythm game, so I have that too. I also have the drum Tamako Taxian no Drum Kajin. That's a drum game. That's really, really fun because I actually have the drum pads for it. So I
Okay.
play that on my stream too. It's also this one called it's called it's a dancing game. I'm trying to remember, but I got it for 99 cents and I'm like, yep, I had to get that too. But it's a lot of like cute little drum games and cute little rhythm games that I love. And I'm just excited because, it was actually something I wanted to play on my stream that I don't see everybody stream like that, which is kind of weird to me. But I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to stream that because I don't see like when I started playing the drum game, I only know like a couple people that plays that drum game. I don't even see a lot of people do that. Like I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, I'm going to play everything that's like popping right now," but I just want to play what I want to play. So that's why it's not really doesn't really matter. Oh, and I'm also into Monster Hunter. It is ridiculous at that point too.
That you are across the spectrum for games. Like you are Mass Effect and Persona and rhythm games and indie games. I love it. I love it
Yeah.
all.
I play too many games. Sadly, I just haven't been able to play a lot of games because I've been at work. So I try to take my time out to play these games. Just like I'm not streaming Mass Effect because I'm like, if I stream Mass Effect, I'm not gonna have no fun with it. So I can't stream Mass Effect. Nope, that's just for me and me only. So I told myself I wasn't gonna be streaming that one, sadly.
Yeah, you definitely have to pick and choose as far as streaming goes to keep certain things just to yourself and be like, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy this game and take my time with it rather than sharing it out there and then having to like have that almost kind of like responsibility to the people watching to get
Yeah.
through to a certain point or to play a certain style when you just want to be like, let me enjoy it, let me like marinate in Mass Effect.
Right. And I know knowing me, I'm gonna play this game like 8 times. 8 times every thing. So that's gonna be bad.
I do have to say, I have not played Mass Effect. I've enjoyed watching people
Ooh,
stream
boy.
it, and I really want to, but I am not good at first person shooter games. And
Okay, hear me out. It's not a first person shooter. It's not a first person shooter. It's a third person shooter. You will like it. Like it's only certain first person shooters I can play. One of them is Borderlands, but Mass Effect is actually because when you see the person, it's third person, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Mass Effect is a third person shooter, actually. It's
Yeah.
not first person.
I just don't know if I can handle like all the stuff happening all at once. Like I'm a very slow gamer.
Oh no, see now this is the thing though. Like it it doesn't happen as fast as you think. Like the thing about this, the thing that I like about Mass Effect is when you're in the game, right, and an enemy pops up, when you hit, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's R1. So it's R1, I mean, it's R1 and L1. One is for the weapons, but the second one is when you do your power wheel. And it's like it's this big dumb wheel. So it has your wheel, it has your actions, and your partner's action, so you can stop, hit the button, and you can target the enemy, so that way your partner can actually be like, okay, let me target this person, and then it goes back to real time, so it kind of like slows down as you're doing it, so it actually helps out. I know at first I was kind of bad at reaction time, but the more you play the game, the easier it will get, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And
I will take your word for it because I saw it on sale and I was like, do I pull the plug or do I pull the trigger and get it for my computer and then, sit and play it?
yeah, you, and again, like I said, it's actually like I feel like, to be honest with you, you picking what your partner does is easy. The thing that's not easy is the choices. That's actually not. It's easy, but it's not easy because you will have to figure it out because these choices go over into the second game, which goes over into the third game. So your choices mean everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta be careful. Gotta
yeah,
take my time with it.
yeah. That's all.
Now, we mentioned that as we were talking about video games that you stream on Twitch.
I do actually stream on Twitch.
How,
Surprisingly, I do.
now, how did you jump from, you know, playing video games to deciding that you wanted to go ahead and make that leap into like the streaming world?
Okay, so do not laugh at this because you're probably gonna laugh. My friends have always told me, Jasmine, you should stream because you are like actually, you would actually be pretty good at it. And as always, I tell my friends, I don't think so because I'm not, I am, I'm actually attentive to when people are in, like, because I do live videos a lot. So I always pay attention to my chat. So I find about, okay, it's the same thing. It's just me being on video. So, I was like, okay, you know what? I always do this. And this is where it messes me up every time. I will say, okay, you know what? I'll give it a deadline. If I get X amount of followers by this time, I will keep streaming. But if I don't, I'll stop because I don't want to put the time and the effort into something that I don't think I can do. But if other people think I can, I will actually try to do it. So what happened was I was like, okay, I'm gonna try streaming. If I don't, I told my friends, like, okay, if I don't get like 25 people that follow me by the end of the month, then I won't stream. Or I'm gonna do it for fun. And I told them obviously I'm gonna do it for fun. I'm not gonna do it for right now. I'm not gonna do it as a lucrative income. I'm just gonna stream the stream because it's fun. I
Hmm.
don't see it as oh, I'm gonna get paid. I just see it as, oh, it's something fun to do. And lo and behold, my mouth got shut up because I got 25 followers, I think, in like a week or so. I was like, God dang it, why do I keep doing this? Okay, I'll start then. So I was like, okay, so I'm over here looking at the people I actually like look at. And I'm like, okay, what do I not see them playing? So I'm like, okay, I don't see people playing any rhythm games. I don't see anybody playing certain things. But if I like to play something, I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this person is playing this, so I'm not gonna play it. No, I'm gonna play it because I want to play it.
Right.
So I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing Mass Effect. I've been playing Persona games, the fighting. I actually tried to play Persona, like the one that plays like Dynasty Warriors Strikers.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I had so many problems with it. I just kind of said, you know what, it's okay. Kind of, I'm gonna have technical difficulties, and that's okay. So I finally felt like now I'm actually in a situation where I've upgraded a couple things on my stuff, and now everything's situated. So now I feel like I can actually stream adequately, and I felt like I'm actually doing good now. but I know that I do have a long ways to go. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, I didn't think I was even gonna be like, okay, I know I'm not gonna just get on stream and 300 people just gonna show up like, hey, what's up? Like, and
Right.
I already know that, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and have fun with the 8 or 9 people that come in my stream. We just gonna chill out and have some fun. And all of the people that come in my stream, like, really appreciates that. Like, they be like, yeah, I don't see nobody doing this. Or I don't see anybody, like, you always talking to the chat. Cause I'm always talking to my chat. Like, I don't have like a Discord or anything. So, and only because I know I can't keep up with it. I'm not gonna do a Discord for something that I know I can't keep up with. That's just me being honest. I have my own personal Discord for my friends, but I know I can't actually have a community because I know I can't keep up with it, and I don't want to disappoint like anybody that's following me saying I can, and I know I can't.
Right.
I feel like that would be me breaking a promise to somebody, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I totally get that because I know, like, I started a Discord and it's like sometimes I totally just forget about it. I'm just
Right.
because I'm more on Twitter or I'm more on Instagram doing the stuff there to talk to the people that I interact with versus like just being in a smaller server and it's like, oh, there's not really that many people here. It's okay. Let me go somewhere else.
Right. That's pretty much all that's going to be going on too. So I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, I'm just, yeah.
Now, how long have you been streaming?
I said, I'm going to say actually streaming. I want to say I've been streaming for like about 6, 7 months,
Okay.
like collectively. Cause I think I really started like, I want to say I started semi heavy last year because I started playing Monster Hunter with my friends, and oh my god, it was so fun. But I was doing it on my PS4,
Hmm.
and then I was noticing without me having my camera or anything, I was getting like 10, 11 people watching me. And I was like, this is kind of crazy that I'm just got 10 or 11 people watching me. Like, obviously, I posted on Facebook, like, hey, yo, I'm streaming. Like, come hang out and watch me bang up monsters real quick. So that will help a lot. But my friends and all the people that I hang around are really supportive. So I do appreciate all of them. Like I really do.
Absolutely. And I love that you play rhythm games on there because, like you said, I don't see a lot of people doing that. I know of one streamer that has played the Taiko game, and beyond that, I've not really seen people do rhythm games on there.
Right. I also for my birthday, I actually ended up someone ended up getting me a mini Miku arcade cabinet for my birthday. So once it get here, I cannot wait to play it on stream because I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna dual monitor it. So I'm gonna see if I can have my phone where it's showing me put in the button inputs and
Hmm.
me actually playing the game because that's actually what I wanted to do. Because I felt like that was kind of cool.
That would be awesome to do. That'd be really cool to see not only the game but you doing it. And I know there's one streamer that I've watched. He had done that when he was playing Tetris 99 because he is really like really ranked on playing that game, and just to watch him use the controller and how fast he had to use like the buttons to like turn the pieces was ridiculous.
Right,
It's stuff like that, especially like rhythm games and those like those kind of games. It is pure talent of like just that muscle memory and being able to do that type of stuff.
right.
What are you looking forward to? I know you said the arcade cabinet. Are there games that you're looking forward to like down the road that you're like, I'd love to do X, Y, and Z on your stream?
Oh my god, Metopia all day. I have to find a way to get that game because I really want it. Um, it's Metopia. It's the other Monster Hunter. I want to say it's Monster Hunter Stories that might be coming out. I gotta look at the thing real quick. I think it's called Monster Hunter Stories. Yeah, it's Monster Hunter Stories too. That's supposed to be coming out too. Wings of Ruin. So that's coming out. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I also what I am gonna do because I haven't been able to do it, but what I'm actually gonna do I am going to be playing, and I'm hecka excited. I'm going to be playing Angry Video Game Nerd. I have been watching Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I don't think so.
Oh my god. This is so James is the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he pretty much rants on old school and some new school games on what came out. So he's like the retro. And I'm telling you, he has been out since like 2005, 2006. I've watched him when I was in high school. And it just keeps getting more and more stupid. It is I've never seen somebody rant over games like this ever in my natural born life. And I've watched every single episode of every video game nerd. So obviously when he came out with a game, I had to play it. I'm gonna play it. That's something I'm gonna play on stream, probably next week. I'm not sure. But I am gonna play it. I already downloaded for my PS5 and it's gonna be on and done with. I'm just gonna play it, and I already raised you a little bit for it, so I already know I'm about to be irritated, but it's okay.
That's awesome. I'm so looking forward to catching you on stream, on Twitch. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want to watch you play.
Thanks, I really do appreciate that.
So we've talked anime, we talked video games, we talked Twitch streaming, but I think one of the things that caught my attention when I came across you on Twitter was that you are also a cosplayer.
I am also a cosplayer.
And you have been doing it for how long?
Oh Jesus! Every time someone asks me this now, I get confused about the time now.
Back in my day.
I always say back in my day because it's hilarious. I've been cosplaying 12 years now. As of November, it'll be 12 years actually.
What got you into cosplaying? Like, why did you 12 years ago say to yourself, I'm going to start doing this?
Okay, so I always tell this story, and the story is hilarious. My godbrother gets mad every time I tell this story, but he more than likely won't be listening to this, so it's fine. So, so I'm in high school. You know, I think it was like we had just graduated. I think we almost just graduated. Did we just graduate? Yeah, I think we just graduated, and because I'm graduating, I was a senior. And my godbrother is 6'7". His name is Jasmine, a very awesome person. And we went to Fairlane one day. We both like Naruto. So I had on my Naruto headband, like Hinata, because Hinata has her over her neck. And Desmond had his around his neck, because he likes Kisame from Naruto. And I'm gonna tell you how old we were. Now this is telling us our age. We went into Suncoast. We went to Suncoast. If Suncoast was kind of like FYE back in that day.
Mm-hmm.
And
which some people might not even know what FYE is either at this point.
FYE still around, but FYE and Suncoast were almost the same company at that time. So we were in the mall, and I remember this new store H&M opened. We didn't know what H&M was. We just walked in there because we didn't know. So it's this lady that works at H&M, and my godbrother is obviously tall, and she says, "Oh, that's a Naruto headband, isn't it?" And it was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay. Are y'all in high school?" And I was like, "Yeah, we just coming up to the mall, hanging out. We went to Hot Topic and stuff." And then she tells us like, "Oh, there's a convention that's gonna be across the street in October. You should check it out. It's called Youmacon." I was like, "Youmacon? What is that?" So obviously I'm going on my phone looking at it. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is cool. We must tell everybody." So we actually got a meeting. This is how serious it was, because I always laugh at this. Our friends got a meeting, got a whole meeting talking about we gotta do this. We gotta go. So we go in, I go in 2008, and this was like one of the most funnest experiences I ever had. I was confused. I was like culture shocked. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. This is cool. So, we pretty much went Saturday. I went Saturday and Sunday, but I ended up having my badge Friday, so it was a 3-day badge. So we all hang out. We stayed at the con. It was fun. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try dressing up as a character. Now, before this, I know when we were at school, I only think I dressed up as a schoolgirl, but at the time I didn't have any money because Jasmine was poor. And I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna do a character. So I was thinking, like, what character should I do that actually fits me? And at first I was gonna do Hinata. I wanna say this was before the time skip. This was before the time skip.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I wanna do Hinata, but I think I shouldn't do Hinata. So I was like, maybe I should do Tsunade. And I was like, that actually makes sense. So I actually was on the path of trying to figure out how to do Tsunade from Naruto. And it was funny because at first I could not find anything, and all the stuff was really expensive at that time because, I'm plus size. So at the time, they didn't do custom sizing. But luckily, after digging and digging, I finally found somebody that was selling theirs. And I was like, okay, well, can I buy it off of you? They said yes. I got it and I did modifications to it, which made me get into more sewing. And then in 2009, I actually debuted my first cosplay, which was Tsunade. And since then, it has been a downward spiral of buying all these costumes. A downward spiral. Like, it is so bad to the point that I have a closet full of cosplays and wigs and accessories. And it has literally become part of my life. And it's so awesome only because to find that this happened because of a whim, and knowing I would have known about it later on, but seeing that when we started going and seeing how a con is, and this became my home con because I live in Detroit, and seeing that con grow from what it was back in 2008 till now, that is crazy how big that con got. It is crazy. And I'm happy that it got that big. I'm happy that, all these people found out about anime and had our like awesome culture keep going. That's like really good. And that makes me happy.
Now, when you choose characters now, are you more choosing characters that you identify with, or that you like the outfit that you want to cosplay, or is it like a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both. I feel like I have to at least resonate semi with that character. I feel like Tsunade. I registered with Tsunade, and again, it's about to sound really stupid, but in high school they called me Tsunade anyways. So it kind of resonated from that. When like with Pokemon, I love Dragonite. Dragonite is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. That Dragonite, and I know I'm probably semi down to myself on this one, but it's derpy just like me. But Dragonite is a hard hitter, and it shows that you can grow into this really awesome being, and that's why I love Dragonite. There's been situations where I gender bend or did female versions of male characters. So like, for example, Persona 5, I've done Joker, and I feel like I really like I resonate with that character because I understand growing up in high school that situations happen and you're painted as something, but you have your own destiny. You can make your own destiny with the right people, with the right friends. And another example is Sailor Moon. I did Neo Queen Serenity. I've been trying to do Neo Queen Serenity since I knew about Sailor Moon. And me being in that cosplay makes me feel like I'm a goddess. And I embodied that and it made me happy. The same situation with Athena from Saint Seiya. I love Saint Seiya and I love Athena. And Athena is this awesome person that burns her cosmos. Like, she pretty much is a strong person that guides the saints to make sure they're okay. And she has this aura about her that they need to protect. And she's just a very strong, very like kind human being, and I'm like that resonates with me because that's how I am. So I feel like I do like do both. I pick characters I want to cosplay, and I pick characters that resonate with me, but they usually happen to be both.
Okay, that's a I love that. I love the combination of it. I love the work that you've done. Like I've been scrolling through your Instagram as we've been talking. I went all the way back to the beginning and went up to there.
Oh no, not the not the cringe.
But I stumbled across several of your Tsunade's, and I was like, rocking it. Definitely got the style and the attitude going with it. And then you've got just, a number of different characters where I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like that character. I like that character. That's a great one. Like, love your Sailor Pluto. Pluto's my favorite of the Senshi, so I always love seeing somebody do Sailor Pluto.
Pluto, and that's another thing. I always try to do characters that I barely don't see. And it's Pluto was like one of the characters I did not see for some reason. Or if I saw Pluto, they didn't have a time key or they didn't have an actual like staff. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Why wouldn't they have a staff? So I made one. I made that staff. Just like I never seen anybody cosplay Athena from Saint Seiya. I said, okay, I gotta do that. I have to put the representation on there. You know,
Absolutely.
Situations where I never seen a biker Pluto. I had to do it. I haven't seen like other stuff. I had to do it because I'm like, maybe this will inspire somebody else. Or especially with um my Nozomi, Cyber Nozomi. And there's an actually funny thing that happened with that because that cosplay is only supposed to be for people that were Asian sizes, like Asian, like L at the most, which is a medium in American sizing.
Hmm.
But me and Katie, my friend Katie and Gabby, worked on everything to the point where we actually end up sewing two of them together and it fit me. And I ended up wearing it. And it inspired so I think it inspired so many people to be like, oh my God, you're plus size and you're wearing this. How is this happening? Like you just gotta buy two. And I was so happy how those pictures came out. Like I was just astonished that I could actually look like that. So the embodiment of me doing stuff like that, when I realized, like, you know what, that will empower somebody. That will really would. And I'm like, you know what, I gotta do it then.
That's definitely something because I know as a bigger guy where I go on like I'm just looking for like not even like super in-depth cosplay, but I'm looking for something where I can be like, okay, maybe I can get something and it's like, oh, they don't have anything close. Nothing. And it's like, oh, I guess I got to do custom sizing or figure out like how I would do it because there are times where I go to conventions I'd be like, okay, I'd love to dress up as something, but it's not marketed or geared towards my size.
Right. And that's another thing that I also go through too. But there are so many resources you can do so that way that doesn't happen. And I always try to tell people like also too, other than cosplaying, this is actually where the situation comes out where I do paneling too for those type of things because I do a panel about cosplaying on a budget. I actually run a panel at UmaCon and a lot of other cons that I judge at and cosplay guests at. I run a panel called Cosplaying on a Budget, and I literally go through everything that you know any cosplayer can use to literally, especially plus size ones, that what they can do to still make a costume and they'll look awesome in it. Even places where they do pre-made costumes. And I'll tell you this, depending on what costume it is, you can always go to Easy Cosplay and literally get your custom size done for less than $10 and they will send you the cosplay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten my friend bought me Mitsuri cosplay last year from Demon Slayer. And I ordered custom size, it fit perfectly.
That is really awesome to know. That is great to know.
Yeah. So, I run panels for that specific reason because I even noticed that there's not a lot of resources. Like there are resources online, and yes, there is TikTok, but sometimes people need a panel to actually go to it to figure it out. And it makes me happy that, when I was talking to you about before we started, how I feel like one thing you should always try to do when you're cosplaying is, and you gain a following, I always feel like you should get back to your community. Like no matter if it's through paneling, if it's through guesting for your paneling, or it's for judging. You should always try to get back to your community, no matter what are those three things. Because I feel like the more you get back to the community, the more people are going to be in the fandom. And it's going to help conventions keep going forward, or it's going to inspire somebody to make their own convention in their own home state on top of that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the more you hold the door open for people, the more that you get to have more discussions and more conversations and get to know people and just expand you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want more
Right.
people to have that same experience that you do.
Right. And like I said, I do a lot of paneling. Like I do, the cosplay on a budget panel. I actually end up doing a panel that I never saw nobody do. And I still do this panel as soon as cons come back up and I feel comfortable, which probably won't be until next year. But I'm been doing panels, like I do a diversity panel with my other friends. I do the cosplay on a budget panel. But other than that, there is actually something that I love to do, and a lot of people do not know this, but I also love figurine collecting. Like I love it. And it's something that a lot of people don't know I do, because it kind of ends up being on the back border on a lot of things. But, it's something that I actually like to do. And I love to educate people on this, because there are so many situations where people buy fake figurines
Hmm.
and they don't know they're fake. And they've been spent $300 on this fake figurine. And I don't want nobody going through that, because who wants to spend three? I'd rather have somebody spend $300 on a real figurine than a fake one. That's just me. But I actually have a panel on this. I actually encourage people, for me to, and I always tell people, like, hey, if you got a figurine, I always tell people this: if you have a figurine and you're not sure, you can always bring the figurine up to me. I can tell you if it's fake or not, like off the bat. Like I can literally tell you. And I literally like go in depth. Like I have resources to see if it's fake or not. Like I won't lie to nobody. Like I'll tell you, oh yeah, it's fake. I'm sorry. Because there has been situations where we were at one of our gaming stores and they were selling figurines, and I looked at the figurine. And I told them, like, oh yeah, this fake. And they were like, how do you know? Okay, I can give you my evidence. I'll pull up the site. I'll show them the fake. I'll show them the real one, and they'd be like, oh no. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like I know when something's fake, just like I know when something's overpriced or not. But we actually go through all those things in that panel, and I give away figurines at that panel. And it's so funny because people be like, "You actually give away figurines?" Yes, every time I've done this panel, I gave away figurines every time. And it's funny because people never know about what this panel is, and pretty much I call it the panel, do you want a mini waifu or husbando? A guy, an intro. I'm serious. It's an intro guide to figurine collecting. And I've never seen nobody do this panel. Like the only thing I've seen kind of close was a Gunpla panel. But that's when they build Gunplas. And it's not
Hmm.
about figurine collecting. And it's fun. It's actually a fun and cool panel that someone can actually ask me questions at. And I can actually give them honest answers. And I actually show them fake figurines how to spot stuff. Because I show people how to spot Nendoroids. I show people how to spot like fake figurines. And I actually have a situation where I got the real figurine, the fake figurine, and I take it out the box and I show them like which one's fake. And half the time people can't tell which one's fake. So then I just talk to them about it, and they really do. At the end of the panel, everybody is actually amazed that this panel exists. But the panel does exist, and the panel has always existed. It's just no one, it's always at a weird time, so no one doesn't really know about it. Like last year, 2019, it was at night, and no one didn't know about it. And it's like, why was it at night? I probably thought because they thought it was going to be 18 plus figurines in it, but it wasn't.
Right.
but it's okay. So hey.
Okay. That definitely sounds like a great panel to be in, especially because there is so much counterfeit product out there.
Oh boy, it's too much actually.
Now, I always love to wrap up talking about cosplay with the number one question
Yeah, sure.
is what's on your list? What are those
Oh
cosplays
man.
on your list of that, you want to get them done? What's coming up next?
Okay, well, what's coming up next is a lot actually. I actually have an app of things that I want to do, and I have them by priority. But actually, one of the things I'm going to do, I said I was going to do this last year, but COVID happened, and I'm like, you know what? I should take a break. So,
Mhm.
what I'm going to end up doing, I'm actually going to be doing Legend of Zelda. I'm going to be doing Zelda. And if I'm not mistaken, I always it's a Smash Brothers Zelda, but I think that Zelda is trying to see if that's the Link Between Worlds one. I just don't remember which one is it. But I'm gonna be doing Zelda Link Between Worlds. I'm trying to just it's the one because the one for Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
is a mixture. I'm gonna be doing that Zelda though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be doing that one. I'm probably gonna be redoing my Athena from Saint Seiya because I actually got the staff for my birthday. So I'll be doing that one too. I was also going to be redoing Pluto because I want to redo that one. I feel like I can do way better. And there's a little other things that are semi-secret right now that I always try to figure out. And now I'm like, okay, I know how to do this, so just don't be doing it. But it's a secret right now.
I totally understand that. I
Yeah.
get that. Now, Jasmine, we are here at the end. I've loved talking to you, and I got one question before we
No,
wrap
it's
up.
okay. Go
Got
ahead.
one, got one more. I see that you love foxes, and I
Oh
just want
my
to know
god.
why. What is up with foxes?
Okay. Well, when I was down south with my dad had foxes. A lot of them. Had two of them on his property. So it's like something. It's like a coping mechanism. I know it sounds silly, but it foxes make me feel better. Like I have a lot of foxes. I have a lot of plushies, as you can see.
Yep.
I literally have a fox eater bag. I have I'm wearing a fox dress right now. My car is named Kitsune. Like, like I just really love foxes. They're really cute. They're adorable. And I have like a billion of plushies. Like I literally have like 57 plushies of the same. Like it's this plushie place called Anime Palace. I have every single one Lassiter plushie. Every fox they have made, I have it.
I,
Literally.
I just want to say I'm looking at your header now on Twitter, so that way if people go check out your Twitter, that you can check out the same image. There's two that I love that are just super adorable. What one is the one wearing the glasses, and then
Yep.
the other one is wearing a cowboy hat.
Yep.
I love those two. Those two are great.
So it's funny, the one with the glasses reminds me of me because I have glasses just like that. Like the black ones. I used to have black ones just like that. The one with the cowboy hat, I always laugh because I always say that that one's the sheriff and there's another one that looks like a policeman. It's not in this picture because I got it later. Actually, I have to update this picture because these aren't even all the foxes. Because I just realized that the two, like, if you see the one that's light blue and there's one that's orange that's sitting on top of each other,
Yep.
they're 3 foot foxes.
Ooh.
They're big, dumb, big foxes. I have another one that I didn't end up putting in there yet, but it's gotten to the point where they're all over the house at this point. But I have more foxes other than that. But those specific ones, those are all from the same company. They
Okay.
literally know me by name. It's that bad. They be like, "Oh, hey Jasmine, what's up? I got some new foxes for you. All right, give them on to me. Like, come on. All right, cool. Bye. See you later. I'll put them on my Facebook. I'll see you later when I get home." And they be like, "Yep, Jasmine bought all of them." So
I love it. Now, for people that have listened to this podcast and they are as enamored with you as I am, and you've got an infectious energy, you just so much positivity, and just I like just enjoying getting to listen to you and your stories, and they want to do the same thing I have done and follow you out there on the socials. What's the best places for them to do so and find you?
Okay, so I always tell people about my main, because my main is on Facebook. So I'm actually getting back into using my actual cosplay page on Facebook. So if you literally type in Shockolate Energy Cosplay, and it will literally pop up, and it's with an S. Because I always have to tell people it's with an S and it's with two E's in the middle, because some people get confused. But
Hmm.
literally, we type in Shockolate Energy Cosplay, it will literally pop up. On Instagram, it's Chocolate Energy Love. And I also have a Ko-Fi, but I only use the Ko-Fi when I'm donating to a charity. So I don't necessarily use that. I don't necessarily use the Ko-Fi for my own personal gain. I might when I might really need something, but usually I'm donating to a cause every year. So I think the year, was it last year? I don't remember if it was last year or the year before last. I donated $210 to Black Lives Matter. So I
Hmm.
donated that. And I think this year I was gonna try to donate to the Michigan Humane Society. So
Okay.
I also have a Ko-Fi page. It's on my pinned when you go on Twitter. But also you can follow me on Twitter, chocolate_e. And then I also have a TikTok. And on TikTok, it is, I always gotta remember what it says because I get confused. So it's Chocolate Energy Costs, because I always gotta remember which one does it say. So it's Chocolate Energy Costs, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my TikToks did not make any sense. But because sometimes when I be saying stuff, people get confused, or like when I it's mainly just about uplifting and saying my opinion. Obviously, no one doesn't have to hear my opinion, but I do actually make good points. And I don't like take anybody's side. I just say, hey, this is what's going on, pretty much.
Okay.
And I want to say that's it. I mean, I don't really, oh crap, sorry. Yeah, I only have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitter, obviously. But I also, if you go on my Twitter, I have a beacons page, and it actually links everything. So if you, it has also my Twitch page too. So I also have my Twitch page too. So yeah.
Awesome. I will have all the links to all the socials and then to the Beacons page as well. So that way, if you have listened to Jasmine talk today and wanted to follow her or check her out, you can do so super easy. Just click on the links in the show notes or on my Facebook page or website. And Jasmine, I just want to say thank you so much for such an enjoyable time getting to talk with you, because I have been thoroughly entertained. I have so much to do, checking on Amazon Prime for the slice of life anime that we talked about earlier,
Mhm.
and I'm just I had a great time, and I just want to say thank you for that.
I'm so happy you did. I'm so happy about that.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Fandom. Subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcast app of choice. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Tales from the Fandom to see photos, links, leave feedback, and check out upcoming guests. If you'd like to be a guest, email David at talesfromthefandom@gmail.com.